Welcome back. And in the battle of AI, is Solana or internet computer better and more superior? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video, because AI is a major narrative in the technology space. And what we see now is that Bitcoin projects like internet computer and Solana are both exploring ways to get involved in AI, to implement AI on chain, and also change the future of the whole artificial intelligence narrative and also future, to bring it on chain, to make it decentralized, to make it open source, and to make it even better for us as humans. And so in today's video, we're going to be exploring all of the technology that Solana has and all of the technology that internet computer has to understand which is better for AI, which is the best and most, I guess, the top AI crypto. Is it going to be internet computer or is it going to be Solana? Let's discuss. Don't forget to give this video a free thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss a new video. We talk about AI cryptos, the top cryptos, and I try to give you guys my unbiased opinion on a regular basis right here on the channel about the crypto markets, where I'm investing, how I'm analyzing the markets, and where I think are the best cryptos. Not based on their price, not based on their market cap or their positioning, but based on the fundamentals of the chain, the underlying technology that we have. And that brings us to artificial intelligence. Let's get into it. So if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that internet computer has been on my mind for many years. I've been following internet computer since it launched in 2021. We saw a major like failure of a launch, right? The ICP launched on many different crypto exchanges, and we saw the price go up to $800, then basically go down to $8, or $2, I should say. It was fascinating to watch, but we also know that a lot of that was due to manipulation from the likes of FTX and other derivative traders around the market. But it didn't stop the Dfinity team, which is the main developer behind internet computer, from continuing to develop the technology. And now here we are in 2025, and internet computer is right now the only blockchain in the world that has AI currently running on it and is able to run AI. But Solana started around the same time. Solana started in 2020, just a few months before internet computer launched. And Solana, we know, was built by and for the billionaires, right? FTX was a main supporter of it. And since then, Solana has maintained it's basically a top 10, maybe top 15 position since it's in existence, where internet computer, as you guys see, has made it down into the 30 to 40 range in terms of ranking, in terms of top cryptos based on market capitalization. But as you guys know, the price or the market cap of the crypto doesn't necessarily dictate the underlying technology or capabilities or current state of the blockchain. But when we're talking about artificial intelligence, this kind of technology needs very high performance compute, very fast bandwidth for these networks to be able to process the information and then return an answer very rapidly. And so these chains that are building AI, they need to be high throughput chains, high bandwidth chains, high transactions per second, and the ability to kind of compute. Many blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they don't have the capabilities to really compute anything because that's not really what they're built for. Now, Solana was kind of built as a competitor for Ethereum, really focusing on smart contracts. But more recently, we've been hearing more and more about the AI technologies. But is it on par with what we're seeing from internet computer? Because as I explained at the beginning of this video, you can currently run AI models on the internet computer. And this is not new. This has been at least one full year. Now, if we rewind to 2024, at the beginning of the year, over 1 year from this point, when I'm recording this video, this is Dominic showing and demoing the first live artificial intelligence technologies and capabilities that are being run on the internet computer. Now, we're not going to go through this whole entire video, but I do want to show you pieces of it in a few seconds. We'll get back to that in just a minute. But I do think that it's important that we understand the basics of these two ecosystems to understand what they're trying to achieve, what their homepages on their websites say about their AI innovation and where this is all going. So, starting with Solana, AI innovation at the speed of Solana, an ecosystem of builders, an intersection of AI and Web3. So, it says, why AI on the blockchain? Solana is built for scale, a blockchain with low cost, high speeds, minimal energy impact, and an easy user experience. Artificial intelligence could reduce the friction even further, opening up the power of decentralization to millions of people by making it easier to use. So, the focus areas at the intersection of crypto and AI are facilitating the most vibrant agent driven economy on Solana, making large language models really good at writing Solana code and empowering Solana developers, and support the open and decentralized AI stack. So, this is what they're trying to achieve. This is what they're focusing on. But this is not what they have. That's a big difference. These are the focus areas at the intersection of crypto AI. This is something the team at Solana wrote. This is a diplomat at the Solana Foundation. So one of the employees at Solana Foundation wrote this article where they talk about AI and crypto. So, what is AI on Solana, right? One is to facilitate the most vibrant agent-driven economy on Solana. Truth Terminal has provided the first glimpse of what AI agents might be able to accomplish when they are able to engage on chain. Solana is excited to see experiments that safely push the boundaries of what agents can accomplish on chain. The potential here is vast. And they've not even begun to explore the design space. This area is already proving to be the most unexpected and explosive area of crypto and AI, and things are only just getting started. I agree. There are basically none of these blockchains are really focusing on AI capabilities on chain, besides Solana and Internet Computer. Granted, there are a few others that are talking about it, but none with real implementations or real integrations just yet. And by the way, some of these blockchains, they're not ever going to be able to do this because that's not what they're built for. Like take XRP, for example. XRP is a cross-border transactor, right? It's a cross-border payment ledger. There's no smart contracts on XRP. there's no DeFi on XRP. There's no interoperability on XRP. Like that's not what the chain is built for. And for XRP and Ripple, that may be okay. But for other ecosystems like Solana, which is supposed to be a high performance, high throughput blockchain, Internet Computer, Sui, some of the newer generation chains, they need to have this capability to do just the bare minimums on AI, for example. Within Solana, they also want to make large language models really good at Solana code writing and empower code developers. And so near term, the creation of high quality benchmarks to measure the ability of LLMs to understand Solana and write Solana code will inform their understanding of the potential impact of large language models on the Solana ecosystem. So that means it's barely in testing phase right now, right? They don't even know if LLMs can understand Solana at this point. And they can't write code at this point. And this is very different than what we're hearing from Internet Computer's AI capabilities and what their focus is. One of the things Internet Computer is going for is what's called the self-writing internet. And the self-writing internet is basically you telling AI what you want to build, and then AI is able to build it and code it for you. And then you can go in and look at how it's built and then give it feedback to go and change other things. So you can make a website, you can make coding for a smart contract, you can make a game. We're already starting to see this in other areas of AI, but we're specifically talking about on-chain AI. And that's what Internet Computer is trying to do with their AI, is really create this self-writing internet. We're not gonna get too deep into the self-writing internet right now, but you can see here, self-writing internet and sovereign internet paradigm, AI on the Internet Computer. And this is what Dominic has been talking about, Dfinity has been talking about already. That's one piece, but that's not all of the AI that is being developed within the Internet Computer ecosystem. But Solana, and by the way, I think Internet Computer is years ahead of a lot of these other ecosystems. A lot of what Solana is talking about, they're starting now, and they're starting to see if these things can work on Solana, but they don't know if they can, and they haven't demoed that they can, as Internet Computer has. We'll get to that in just a minute. And then they also talk about By open and decentralized AI stacks, Solana means open and decentralized protocols that facilitate access to data for training, compute for training and inference, resulting model weights, and the ability to verify outputs of models. This open AI stack is important because it facilitates much faster tinkering and innovation on model development, and it also provides an outlet for those who might otherwise be forced to use an AI that they don't trust. They want to support teams and products that are being built in every layer of the stack. And so then they go a little bit more into detail and talk about some of the individual projects that they are working on. And they already have it essentially, right? They already have Hollow World AI. I don't even know what that says. Top Hat One, Real Alethea. And so Hollow World AI, it says, we're excited to announce a strategic partnership with Top Hat One. Soon, AI agent creators using Top Hat One will be able to bring their AI agents to life with 3D voice and video through Hollow World AI's audio-visual stack. They talk about AI fund managers that make investment decisions to cheerlead their portfolios. They talk about agent-oriented games within the AI realm. So they go a little bit more in detail. Now, Toly, who is the founder of Solana, he said, pretty sure the integration of AI and crypto will be markets for action on crypto rails and AIs managing projects. If I have a dumb idea to build a website, I need AI to go buy front-end servers, back-end databases, social media accounts, more AIs to run number 3. Once the markets for this stuff exist on crypto rails, it will be the easiest way to project for a project to manage the AI run company. And so this is what they're trying to achieve over at Solana, but have they achieved it just yet? Well, where are we now? This was posted in December of 2024 by Crossmint, and they're talking about AI agents on Solana and the $1 trillion opportunity. I actually think that's probably a better title for this video, $1 trillion opportunity with AI, right? And so AI agents can begin to dominate digital interactions. They'll need to finance rails built to pay other agents, purchase services, and pay humans themselves. Traditional payment infrastructure falls short, right? Credit card fees, settlements take days, anti-fraud systems, two-factor authentication. These can break autonomous operations like AI. And so 3 emerging trends that they're seeing within Solana is, sorry, I can't even highlight on this page. Accessibility agents that simplify complex blockchain operations, orchestrating everything from DeFi strategies to NFT trading. Imagine you just tell an AI, I want you to go in the market and I want you to buy Solana at this price when it goes down 5%, and then when it goes up 10%, sell, then repeat. Imagine an AI just doing that for you on the back end as the markets are in their volatile state and you just keep pulling money from the market. I mean, that's possible, right? They talk about social agents launching with attached tokens, creating new models for community engagement and fueling speculation. And they also talk about the development of agent-native financial rails optimized for API-first autonomous transactions. And this is where they say Solana's infrastructure is well-positioned to provide the foundation for agent-native finance, like sub-second transaction finality with negligible fees, wide range and liquidity for tokens, and Blinks offers a standardized library for on-chain actions for everything from trading to lending. And so this is what we've been talking about, right? You need high transaction throughput. You need the finality of the transactions to be almost instantaneous. You need the fees to be low. This is why Bitcoin you can't run AI on. You can't do it on Ethereum because the transactions are not fast, right? If we look at Internet Computer, you can see that the transactions per second is almost 10,000. We can see on Solana, I don't have the Solana dashboard up, but Solana has about 5,000 transactions per second as well. So they both have very, very fast throughput. They both have a wide range of liquidity for tokens, right? And basically creating new products. But where is Solana, right? Solana has projects already built on it. I mean, you can see here the top 8 AI projects on Solana. No, Sana, it's a decentralized GPU grid powered by the Solana blockchain designed to provide cost-effective and efficient GPU resources for AI inference workloads. So this is more of a plugin, not AI itself. Synthesis One is a decentralized AI data marketplace built on Solana. It aims to democratize access to high quality data for AI training by connecting data providers with AI developers and companies. They also have GM AI. I'm not going to go through all of these. You guys can see these on for yourself. Dither AI leverages Solana to develop advanced time series models for trading. GetGrass, it's an innovative platform that allows users to monetize their unused internet bandwidth. IONet, designed to revolutionize the AI and machine learning industry by providing more accessible and cost-effective solutions for computational needs. Obviously, we know Render, they're their own network as well, but they also connect users needing rendering services with GPU owners possessing idle computing power. Render recently transitioned from Ethereum to Solana to enhance the operational capabilities and efficiency. That's probably the biggest one. But this is not real AI. This is a big difference between having the capabilities to do this and actually doing it. And that brings us to Internet Computer. Now, as we discussed back in 2024, Dominic and the team at Dfinity posted this video which shows actual live AI on chain. Now, again, this is the first implementation, so it is very kind of new and very basic, but this is the first implementation, and this is run on chain and has been developed over the course of the last few years. The only blockchain that has this kind of AI actually currently running on it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to watch a little piece of this video, and then we're going to get back into Internet Computer's AI to understand really what they're trying to achieve, and then really compare these two blockchains. Which is superior? Is it the Internet Computer or is it Solana? Let's listen to Dominic here from 2024 showing us live on-chain AI. And remember, Internet Computer is the real deal, as he says. Let's listen in.
Hello, everybody. I am incredibly excited today to give you the first demonstration of quite a sophisticated AI running on blockchain. That blockchain, of course, is the Internet Computer, the only blockchain in the world today that can run compute at scale. There's a lot of talk about, blockchains for AI, tokens for AI, and things like that. This is the real deal. This is AI running on the blockchain. So today, I'm going to demonstrate image classification, which involves a neural network running inside a smart contract. In fact, that neural network has been compiled to WebAssembly, which is what runs on the Internet Computer. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Dominic. And by the way, we're going to read through this all so you can really understand how this is all working and how the first implementation actually took place on Internet Computer. But you're about to see the first implementation of AI on chain for any blockchain in the history of the world. Right here, it happened on Internet Computer. Let's listen in.
So this web page you see here is being created by Canister Smart Contract with the AI inside. So I click this logo, and it's going to ask me to select an image file to classify. So the first one's a tiger. Let's see how it does. Now, be warned, this is going to take about 10 seconds. Currently, it's processing about 20 billion WASM instructions to classify the image, but that's going to come down very dramatically in the future. Well, there we go. It's correctly classified this file as depicting a tiger. So let's try another one. This one's a bit more complicated. It's like an espresso cup on a pair of jeans. Let's go. So enhancements in the near future include support for something called simmed instructions, which is going to dramatically speed this up. Okay, this is actually very impressive. It's correctly identified that it's an espresso, that there's a coffee mug, and that it's sitting on a pair of jeans. Okay, let's try another.
That looks like a napkin, not jeans, but
okay,
we'll go with it.
Porsche convertible. I probably should have used a Lambo because this is crypto, but let's go anyway. And this is a difficult image to classify because all the the reflections and the trees and things like that. Let's see how it does. Chugga chugga. Okay, It's classified this as a sports car, which is correct. It's said that it's got some wheels, and pretty incredibly, it's identified that this is a convertible. So where are we going with this? So I'm going to be giving a succession of demos. There'll be accompanying source code on GitHub. And we're going to be showing more and more powerful AIs. We're going to be showing optimizations that enable AIs to run faster. In the future, probably within about 1 or 2 months, the internet computer execution environment that runs smart contracts will move from a 32-bit WASM environment to a 64-bit WASM environment. That's very important because the 32-bit WASM environment limits a smart contract to 4 gigabytes of main memory. And that limits the number of parameters, the number of neuron weights that you can fit in, and limits the power of the AIs that you can run. But very soon, we're moving to a 64-bit environment. Probably the memory limit will be raised to something like 32 gig over time. And our objective is to take people all the way through to running a pretty powerful large language model on the internet computer.
And so that is the demo that, Dominic did last year, the only blockchain with live on-chain AI. And so when I look at all of the blockchains, and specifically what we're talking about in this video, Solana and Internet Computer, and I asked, which is the better technology? I'm also looking at, as you guys know if you watch my videos, and if you don't, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. That way you never miss a new video. We also have membership if you want to become a channel member for as little as $1.99 a month. Click the join button down below, or you can leave a super chat down below in the comments. But as we talk about on this channel on a regular basis, this AI technology capabilities, it's really about what can these blockchains do today, not what they're working on, not what they can achieve tomorrow or what they're trying to achieve in 10 years. It's really about what they want to achieve today, because we are in 2025 right now. And basically all we have seen in this cycle so far from Solana has been meme coins. Granted, they are working on other things, as we just discussed, right? They do have some AI projects. They do have some integrations. Some projects have moved over to Solana from other chains like Ethereum. But at the end of the day, it's about the technology that is live on chain now. And as we see, Internet Computer started this in 2024, at least the implementation. But Solana appears to be just starting this now in the midst of the bull run. And so when we look at first mover advantage, obviously Internet Computer has that by a mile, but that doesn't necessarily mean the technology is the best, because sometimes technologies that come out afterwards are better than the first mover, right? And so Solana is working on other things, right? They have large language models. They're working on agent frameworks like ELIZA is what they call it, domain-specific agent kits like the Solana agent kit, and really building these AI agents, right? A lot of people don't really fully understand what an AI agent is, but an AI agent is basically, like a robot working for you, the AI agent can answer questions and all of that, but we really need to understand what the throughput looks like, because the throughput and the computational power of these chains is the most important for AI. They could say, oh, well, we're going to do AI on our blockchain, but if they can't even process transactions at a fast clip, there's going to be no way possible that they're going to be able to, have high performance compute and AI data compute, running on the blockchain. It's just not possible. And so this is why I say, some of these other chains out here, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, like XRP, they're never really going to be the AI chains, especially the ones like XRP that are basically one-use blockchains or have very, very slow throughput. Cardano has very, very slow throughput. SingularityNet was talking about AI for years, and then what did they do? They ended up merging with Fetch AI and Ocean Protocol for artificial superintelligence. But as I covered in those videos about ASI crypto as well, they're nowhere near, right? ASI is 4 projects that came together that were AI projects, and still they are nowhere near the capabilities of Internet Computer. At least that's what it seems. So comparing Solana to Internet Computer, we can see that real-time transactions, Solana beats Internet Computer, but not by much. Not by much. Solana transactions are 1.2 times more than Internet Computer. This is the transactions per second. You can see here, these are actual real-time transactions per second, not theoretical maximum. So the real-time transactions per second, Solana is about 1,100, Internet Computers just under 1,000. So very, very close, but Solana wins there. When we look at the theoretical maximum transactions per second over the last 100 blocks, you can see that here, Internet Computer wins by a lot, almost 10x. Well, actually, yeah, 10x. You can see Solana maximum transactions over the last 100 blocks was about 3,000, and Internet Computer had 25,000 transactions per second. Now, what is a theoretical number, right? This gives, whoops, wrong number. Theoretical transactions per second shows us how many transactions per second the blockchain is theoretically capable of handling. This metric is calculating by taking the block size measured in gas or computational units and dividing it by the size of the smallest transaction possible to determine the maximum number of transactions that fit into the block. So you can see the max theoretical transactions per second on Internet Computer is 209,000 transactions per second, where Solana, it's still a lot with 65,000. Guys, some of those other chains that we just talked about, they can't even do 1,000 transactions per second, even theoretical. Meanwhile, Solana and Internet Computer are doing tens or hundreds of thousands of transactions per second in capabilities, right? Now, in terms of total transactions, they're pretty much even, right? Solana has slightly more transactions than Internet Computer, but being Solana has more adoption and use cases than Internet Computer does from, like, billionaires and corporations and stuff, it is pretty surprising that Internet Computer is so close to Solana in terms of total transactions. Remember, Solana has been out for a little bit longer, maybe 6 or 7 months longer than Internet Computer, but effectively they're around the same. They've been out around the same time frame. You can see the block time is sub 1 second for both. They're very, very close. Finality, 0 seconds on Internet Computer, basically instant finality, where Solana is about 12 seconds, right? It's still very, very short. I mean, if you think about Ethereum during high congestion times, it could take hours for a process to finalize. Bitcoin, same exact situation. And so what we see here is that Solana and ICP have very similar metrics when it comes to throughput and bandwidth on the blockchain. So that would tell me that these two blockchains, Solana and Internet Computer, are very similar in terms of their compute capabilities. But that doesn't mean that they are both good in AI. Based on everything that we discussed in this video, based on all of the network metrics that we discussed, and based on the fact that Internet Computer is the only real use case of AI right now on chain with real demo. And I would imagine we're probably going to see some more announcements in the near future from Internet Computer about more AI capabilities. My answer goes to whether Solana or Internet Computer has better AI. It's like clearly by a mile, Internet Computer. Solana can't even do this. Solana can't even do, identify what this is. And this is what Internet Computer can do. Now, it doesn't mean that Solana can't do these things or that they won't be able to do these things in the future. It just means right now, in my view, Internet Computer is superior to Solana. And the other issue that I see here that is huge to Solana being able to break through and become better in AI than Internet Computer is this. The fact that Solana has had billions and billions and billions of dollars pumped into the ecosystem for development over the last few years, before the FTX collapse and even after the FTX collapse, and even up till today, billions of dollars, billionaires and millionaires pumping money in to build out the ecosystem. And literally the only thing that we have seen from Solana this cycle has been meme coins. Meme coins, that's it. Every celebrity that launched a meme coin launched on Solana. They didn't launch on Ethereum. They didn't launch on Cardano. They didn't launch on Avalanche. They launched on Solana. And so really the only thing that Solana has brought us this cycle has been meme coins. Meanwhile, Internet Computer has been, as Dominic says, chugging along, building AI out and really embracing this AI narrative and the AI technology to bring it on chain. This is a super niche category where many of these other chains, they're not even exploring AI, let alone can they operate or run AI models. The answer is absolutely not. And so the fact that Internet Computer is so far ahead tells me Internet Computer is better when it comes to the AI technology. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to give this video a free thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. If you think Solana is better with AI, let me know why down below in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Invest responsibly, and as always, crypto on.